For more on Xi Jinping's appearance at the United Nations, earlier I spoke to Robert Lawrence Kuhn. He's an expert on China business, international corporate strategist, and a host of the television series Closer to Truth. Robert explained what the South-South Cooperation Agreement is and why China is taking a leading role.
China has focused, of course, for several decades on its own development. That's all it could do. But having brought hundreds of billions of people out of poverty and really the greatest developmental success story, perhaps in the history of the world, China now emerges as the second largest economy, and that brings responsibilities. The world is an uneven place. China knows about imbalances. China itself has severe problems with imbalances between coastal and inland, urban and rural. So China is really in an excellent position and with a high responsibility to bring their expertise, their best practices, the problems they struggle with to the rest of the world, particularly in infrastructure development. Now, it's important to understand that the South-South cooperation idea has been around for a long time, but really hasn't made that much progress because of the countries involved really haven't had the resources to do so. What's happening today is part of the UN Sustainable Development Summit. And when we're using the term sustainable development in the South-South cooperation area, it's important to distinguish that it's being used in a much broader sense. In the West and even in China, sustainable development means energy related, how you can grow your GDP per unit of energy and make it more efficient, which is very important if you're importing a lot of oil or burning coal and causing pollution. But here in the UN sense, it's a much broader concept. It embeds poverty eradication, improving health care, improving education, as well as economic development and focused on infrastructure. So in all of these areas, China has been a pioneer in its own country and now is taking on responsibilities to the world.